Thanks, Dan. Despite the delays, limited schedules, and general uncertainty at the beginning of the fall sports season, 2020 was very successful for Lehigh Valley boys soccer. EPC and Colonial League teams swept all 4 District 11 titles, and one team was a win shy of qualifying for the state championship game. Kristi Fulkerson begins our journey with a recap of the EPC Northampton division.
Thanks, Degs. We had so much fun covering high school soccer this fall. We had more televised games than ever before here on the Service Electric Network. And I think right from the get-go, there was a team that stood out, the Nazareth Blue Eagles, setting the tone for one of the best seasons in program history. It began with back-to-back wins over Liberty in 2 different fashions, but with one pretty consistent playmaker in Alex Maruchak, a midfielder turned striker, proving every bit why with a hat trick in the team's opener, part of a 5-0 victory over the Canes. 3 days later, the Eagles would need overtime to come out on top, and again it was Maruchak. He would have 5 goals in 2 games to open the season, one of 14 seniors leading the Blue Eagles to win 9 of 10 regular season games, topping the Northampton County Division. The team responsible for their lone loss, a young but talented Freedom squad. The Pates' 1-0 victory over Nazareth coming in early October as part of 5 straight wins. The 2018 league and district champions finishing the 2020 regular season at 8-2, advancing then to the district semifinals. The Pates will welcome back all but 3 players next season, including 3 All-Stars. Goalie Tristan Willie, just a sophomore, including the second team honorees this year. 8 county All-Stars will be back in 2021. Remember the name Tanner Horvath of Liberty? He's the lone freshman recognized among the All-Stars. The Canes' only first-team rep was Chris Matz, who scored the big game winner against Freedom in the final minute of regulation. Easton had a trio of honorees, including Jack Montes de Oca. He was named MVP in their win over Peaburg to finish the season. The Rovers going 6-4-2 in 2020. Division MVP was Nazareth's Jacob Brayman, a dangerous playmaker, finishing with 8 goals and 5 assists. The Blue Eagles had 0 All-Stars in 2019, 5 this season. Maruchak finishing with 19 goals. Let's go back to you, Degs, for a look at the regular season highlights in the Lehigh County Division.
Thanks, Kristi. Among the teams in the Lehigh Division, Emmaus and Parkland have enjoyed great success in recent years. Whitehall crashed the party last year, setting a school record with 13 wins and qualifying for states. This year, Central Catholic made some early noise by beating Parkland 1-0 in the division opener. But the Trojans regrouped quickly, winning their next 7 heading into a showdown at home against Emmaus October 19th. In a game televised on SEN, Parkland kept the momentum going with a surprisingly easy 2-0 victory. Max Coleman came off the bench to score both goals for the Trojans, doubling his season total. Emmaus coach John Carey said his team got pushed around in this one, but the Green Hornets bounced back in the rematch 3 days later on their home field, where they went 9-0 this season. Hudson Peck connected on a penalty kick for the only goal, and the Emmaus defense posted one of its 11 shutouts. And as we look at the first-team All-Stars in the Lehigh Division, anchoring that Green Hornets defense was Jaden Amato, a junior defender and highly recruited, one of 4 Green Hornets on the first team. The others, Patrick Walsh, Alexander Toto, and Hudson Peck, combined for 27 goals as Emmaus went 9-1 with the best record in the division. Parkland was next at 8-2. Jake Seed made the All-Star team after being an EPC third-team selection last year. Central Catholic at 6-4 had 1 representative. That was junior defender Brandon Quinn. Whitehall finished even at 5-5, and the Zephyrs had 3 on the first team, including the MVP, Jake Gear, the senior forward with 24 goals in his last 2 seasons, and Nate Walker, who was an EPC second-team pick last year, making it as a defender. And Allen High School getting the goaltender Steve Salaby, a senior, getting the first-team honors in a strong set of keepers in the Lehigh Division. While the EPC did not hold a conference tournament, the Colonial League did. Here is Kristi with a closer look at a very competitive season.
It was many of the same teams to watch this year in the Colonial League. Defending single-A champion Moravian Academy picking up where they left off despite the loss of 14 seniors and their longtime head coach. The Lions' marquee win came against AAA foe Northwestern Lehigh on October 13th. Trailing by 2 goals in the second half, Gennaro Mazzella nets a pair to tie the game. Then junior Jackson Altman is the hero in double OT to complete the 4-3 comeback. The Tigers would get revenge in the postseason, however, however, earning a trip to the finals opposite Southern Lehigh. The Spartans had their way in Colonial League play, beating the Lions, the Tigers, and, well, no Bears, but undefeated as the top seed in playoffs. The finale was one to remember, Northwestern and Southern Lehigh vying for the crown by way of penalty kicks. Spartan senior Luca Prando securing the 4-3 advantage and 2-1 victory for the team's first crown since 2012.
Last year it was 2 silver medals, but it's been all 4 years. And we've been close, we've been in the playoff games. To finally finish it off, there really is no feeling like it. To celebrate, we're a whole family back there, and to celebrate with not only the guys that have played tonight, but the guys that have showed up to every practice, the sophomores and freshmen, there's no better feeling in the world.
It would be the same matchup 10 days later in the District 11 3A semifinals. This time, no PKs, just double overtime to decide. The final play of the game is a championship-caliber give-and-go between Seth Brady and Mason Brensinger. A brilliant finish as the Tigers avenge their league final loss with a 1-0 district semifinal win over the Spartans.
I saw the momentum going our way, and I played it to Seth. I was looking for that 1-2, and he somehow got it to me. And there was a defender right on my back, so I did turn, and then I just hit it with my weak foot to the corner. It feels great coming back and beating them.
Northwestern would finish the job, defeating Blue Mountain 3-0 for the 3A championship, the Tigers' 5th in 6 seasons. They would then lose in the opening round of states to Archbishop Ryan. The District 11 2A bracket featured 3-time defending champion Notre Dame Green Pond, who would edge a tough Allentown Central Catholic team to get back to the final opposite Pine Grove. The Crusaders trailed at halftime but scored 3 straight goals. Ryan Miller with a pair of those to lead the way as Notre Dame completes the four-peat atop District 11.
We came out slow, and Coach gave us a great talk at halftime, and we just came out fast, and we knew we wanted to win. So we came out and worked as hard as we could to get this win.
The Crusaders would fall in their PIAA opener to eventual champion Lewisburg out of District 4. The third Colonial League boys team to claim a district crown this fall would be 6-time defending single-A champion Moravian Academy, cruising past Minersville after 6 different players found the back of the net in the finale. So lucky number 7 at the district level, but the Lions would not have a chance to defend their state crown, falling to eventual champion Faith Christian 2-1 in the single A quarterfinal. So only one team out of District 11 would go on to win a PIAA game. With more on the 4A classification, let's go back to Degs.
It was a really strong bracket this year too, Kristi. Whitehall and Northampton met in the 8-9 game in 4A, and the Zephyrs scored one of the prettiest goals of the season. Jake Gear and Seth Marsteller executed a beautiful give-and-go along the left side of the 18, with Gear finishing his 10th of the season to give the Zephyrs a 1-0 win and a showdown with top-seeded Emmaus, the team that beat them in the final last year. Emmaus defeated the Zephyrs in the quarters 1-0. That's the 3rd time the Hornets beat Whitehall by that score this fall. Patrick Walsh scored the only goal, and Emmaus advanced to face Freedom in the semis. Jacob Payne scored the lone goal in this one on a header off a corner kick to send the Hornets back to the title game for the 10th straight year. 16-time champ Emmaus drew 2nd-seeded Nazareth, a team in search of its first district title. The Blue Eagles won 2 games in 2018, 7 last year, and 12 this season. Nazareth beat Easton 2-1 in the quarterfinals and Stroudsburg 4-0 in the semis. It appeared for a time the Blue Eagles wouldn't get the chance to play, as the game was initially canceled due to COVID-19 concerns at Nazareth. Emmaus was actually declared the champions, and the Hornets were presented with the trophy and gold medals. But in true 2020 fashion, that was not the end of the story. Nazareth was eventually allowed to play, and the two teams put on quite a show. There were no goals through 80 minutes of regulation. Neither team scored in the first overtime, and Emmaus finally broke through early in the second OT. Nathan Romig deflected a Hudson Peck shot into the back of the net for his first goal, giving the Hornets their 3rd straight 1-0 win in the tournament and a 17th district title.
I just think we wanted it more, and we were very confident. We had 2 great practices before and just put our all out there.
I've been with these seniors ever since I was young, and to win it back-to-back was really something special for us to experience together.
Emmaus headed to states for a 21st time. The Hornets hosted a quarterfinal game against a big, fast, and physical District 12 champ LaSalle College High School. Emmaus fell behind early, but managed to take a 2-1 lead in the second half. The Explorers battled back to tie the game before Patrick Walsh's header off a corner kick found the far side of the net to give the Hornets a thrilling 3-2 win.
This shows that we have a lot of perseverance and a lot of hard work. I'm super proud of all of our boys. This is the first time we've put in a lot of goals for a really long time. A lot of our games have been 1-0, so to put 3 in today, I'm super happy.
It's been, I think, 7 games since we got one in the flow of play. We've been riding on our defense and set pieces. Set piece wins it for us, which is great, but to get in the flow makes the difference, especially in the state level. I'm super proud of my boys tonight.
That win was the 270th for John Carey, who earlier in the season set the Emmaus record for most boys soccer coaching wins. Unfortunately for the Hornets, their season ended in the semifinals with a tough 2-1 double overtime loss at Neshaminy. We have shown you some great goals from 2020, so let's close with the guys who tried to prevent them. Here are some of the best goalie saves from this past season. We start with Whitehall junior Elijah Seiler, a very active goalkeeper. He shows the ability to roam around the penalty area making plays. But when he has to stay home, he's pretty impressive there too, denying Emmaus's Ryan Santos on a header, and later in the game fending off an absolute bullet from straight away off the foot of Patrick Walsh. Here's Southern Lehigh's Aiden Sharper in the Colonial League tournament against Bangor. After making the initial diving save, he scrambles to his feet and takes away the crossing attempt on the rebound. The Spartans would win the semifinal matchup 4-0. Kristi, what saves do you have for us?
Well, Degs, in the other Colonial League semifinal, Moravian Academy was down 2 goals trying to mount a comeback, but Austin Vogwell was up to the challenge, denying Abraham McWilliams twice to preserve the Northwestern Lehigh shutout and earn a trip back to the finals. Freedom Emmaus now in the 4A district semifinals. Hudson Peck serves up the cross from the right flank. Alexander Toto connects on the header, but Kyle Kimler makes the fantastic diving save. He would have 4 of those in the 1-0 loss. Early October now, Parkland and Allen locked in a tight game thanks in large part to Canary keeper Steve Salaby, the first-year player making save after save against the Trojans, denying Azar Sumar on the one-timer, then off the effort from Sean Wood along the right wing. The 16-year-old Salaby certainly worthy of division goalie honors. Degs?
A scoreless District 11 4A final. Nazareth senior Nolan Booth punches out the right hand to deny Hudson Peck of Emmaus. But Booth is even better in the second half, sprawling to deny a one-time rocket delivered by Nathan Romig. What a fantastic save. Romig strikes this one perfectly, but Booth has the answer for the Blue Eagles. Emmaus junior Ty Blyler maybe doesn't get enough credit. He made some big plays in the Hornet State quarterfinal win over LaSalle, showing his aggressive play and great anticipation and timing to hold off the Explorers. But we close with 2 absolute beauties from Parkland senior Victor Barron. He denies Lehigh Division MVP Jake Gear not once, but twice with spectacular one-on-one saves. What a tremendous effort by the Trojans' Victor Barron. It was certainly a fantastic boys soccer season in the Lehigh Valley in 2020. We are expecting more of the same next year, as of the 50 first and second team All-Stars selected in the EPC's Lehigh and Northampton divisions, 23 of them are underclassmen, and 3 Colonial League teams will enter 2021 as defending District 11 champs. Dan?